here with Ed and his beautiful Austin-Healey. This car has an incredible story, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I bought this car probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and I bought it on eBay for $3,200, and I went to Puyallup, Washington, and picked it up. It was from Honolulu, Hawaii, and it had no floorboards. The rear quarter panels were done. The sills were all done, wasted. 8 pillars were rotted out, and the hood was rotted. And over the course of about 5 or 6 years, I rebuilt it, got all the sheet metal parts, formed some of the pieces myself, buying an English wheel from Harbor Freight Tools, and then just rebuilding all the car. And if I had one thing I would say is don't buy a car that someone has taken apart, because you'll never get all the pieces. This car, they said they had everything until you start to reassemble it and you find the engine mounts are gone or the hardware is missing. And so I spent a lot of time just going back to eBay and other areas like that to buy the parts to restore the car.
What would you say your favorite part about the car is?
The driving. The driving is fun, but also the attention you get. When you go to a show or you're just driving around town, people are always giving you a thumbs up because it's a cute little car, right? Mm-hmm. I have a Triumph Spitfire I'm restoring now. It doesn't have the pizzazz that this one does. Yeah, this is just a fun little car.
We're here taking a look at this beautiful MGB, and tell us about it.
All right, so this is a 73 MGB GT, and some of the modifications to it has a supercharger as opposed to carburetors. Regular carburetors has 15-inch wheels and tires and larger front disc brakes and rear brakes. It just was a fun project to put this car together. It's not a concours car, but it's a really good driver's car, and it gives you a lot more performance than the standard MGB.
What would you say your one favorite thing about this car is?
Compared to most MGBs, it would be the performance. Mm-hmm. It really gets up and goes compared to regular MGBs.
Yeah, I saw it had an 88% increase in horsepower.
Yeah, but remember in '73 they cut way back on the horsepower, so it's pretty good. It's probably about 150, 160 horsepower, something like that. Yeah.
If you had to change one thing, what would it be?
About the car?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. If I had to change one thing, it would probably be to make it bigger. But these cars are small because they fit European roads. Yeah. So it's just a fun car to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've done a lot of classic cars, so this one's fun. I started with a 66 MGB, which was new, and this is my last car, which is a 73 GT.
How much total time would you say that you put into it?
I can't keep track of that. It's so many hours. It's way too much.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Okay.
So we're here with Paul and his 1985 TVR, and he's going to tell us just a little bit about it.
This is a TVR Tasmin. These cars were made in the early 80s, and this company was part of the sort of cottage industry automobile segment of the British auto market. They'd make a couple of hundred cars a year, and they'd go and make cars for a while, and then they'd run out of money, and then they'd find a new owner, and they'd make cars for a while, and they'd run out of money, and they'd find a new owner, and they'd make cars for a while. This was toward the latter part of toward their history. And typically what they did, they would build their own chassis, and this has a unique chassis. It's only in the center of the car. It's a tubular chassis, and this is a fiberglass body which just sits onto the chassis attached with some outriggers, but everything connects to the center of the car. And if you look at the middle of the car, the console is this wide and about this tall because it's the whole structure of the vehicle. They bought their parts from various people. The engine is from a German Ford. It's called the Cologne V6. It's fuel injected, uses the German transmission. The differential is from a Jaguar XJ6. They have four-wheel independent suspension, pretty much their own design, although they bought many of the components like hubs and uprights from Ford. The steering rack is a Ford item. They made their own interiors. They're kind of one step above a kit car manufacturer, and you can see that in some of the qualities. But because they were small and kind of agile, they could do things that a lot of car companies couldn't do. And so they made some pretty dramatic looking vehicles, as you can see here. And I think there'll be one or two other models of TVR at this event.
So we're here with Dennis and his beautiful TR4 or TR250, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. Okay, this is a TR250 and it has the same body style as a TR4. But for 1 year, because they didn't quite get the TR6 ready to go, they installed the 6-cylinder motor in this body style. So they called it the TR250. It's a smoother, of course, engine, 2.5-liter engine opposed to the 2.2 4-liter. And everything else on the car is TR6, even the dash and the gauges. They just didn't quite get the body from Carmen for the TR6 ready, so they made 1 more year, which makes it an unusual 1-year only car.
What would you say your favorite part about the car is?
I think it's an overdrive car, so it's got plenty of power, it's got plenty of torque. You can cruise on freeway speeds without any problem. And I pretty much like the looks of the older body style. It's what people seem to appreciate, you know. But they got the more modern drivetrain.
Have you done any work to it?
Well, when I bought it, it was parked in the garage in 1979 with a bad transmission. So when I bought it, it was all there, rust-free, just needed everything. So I tore it all apart. I didn't do the body of the paint, but I rebuilt the motor, did all the running gear. We fixed the transmission. It really just needed synchros and bearings. It's an original overdrive car, which is a little bit unusual. So, but yeah, I did all the grunt work, put it together. It's a fun project. Took me about 2 years to get it on the road.
So I'm here with Todd from Idaho, and he has a beautiful TR6.
It's a 1973. I bought it sight unseen, just as you see it, other than a few modifications. But yeah, I was pretty fortunate to find it. Found it outside of Chicago in 2017, and this is how it showed up. And so I've had it since then. Like I said, I've done a few things to it. It's been a great car. I've taken it on several trips to the Midwest and down through Arizona and New Mexico, and it's a blast. It's a blast, but they're money pits.
Aren't all British cars?
Yeah, that's right. All British cars are. And but no, if it doesn't leak, then there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
The guy that built this, or rebuilt it, did a ground-up restoration on it, and he was an engineer, a bridge engineer, and so I figured the guy was pretty meticulous. And so when I bought it, I was pretty adamant about finding out who he was and whatnot, and checked his background out. He was a pretty well accomplished engineer. Built bridges. He builds bridges. He's an engineer, and so I thought, well, he's going to be pretty meticulous.
Yeah.
And he was. I mean, there was everything was period correct, and even better, he said it's probably better than showroom because he's done some modifications to strengthen the frame and some other things to it. So, no, it's a blast. It's fun.
Yeah.
So you ought to get one yourself.
Yeah. Need a project car.
Yeah.
What would you say that your favorite part about the British car community is?
You know, everybody, most of the British car community know their own cars, and they if you're an owner of a British car, you gotta like to tinker.
It's not just about cars, it's about tradition. The British have a tradition in their industry. They just made really unusual, interesting cars.
I think the camaraderie of the people, I mean, we all get together, and the other thing that's really good is that the parts supply. You can actually, if you get one of these cars, you can actually get parts to keep it on the road, which is a real plus.
Yeah.
It's unique. And it's close-knit, I think, and everybody's willing to help anybody else that's got issues.